Hello! Okay, so for those of you who watch my main channel, you'll know that every Halloween I make a short sort of horror film. This year I thought it'd be good to maybe share a sort of bloopers video, but I'll share some making of stories of all 3 films so far to show the progress, because you only really see the finished work, you never really see the giant failure that is behind it. So I thought it'd be good to share some funny stories and some bloopers, and yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so my first film was Ring Around the Rosie, and up until this point I had never really had to write and direct to that scale, let's say. Basically up until that point all I had to do was really, I mean basically the script could be in my head and I was doing it myself, so I didn't really need to direct anyone, or it would be my friends that would be doing it and I would just need to say, you know, you're getting smacked over the head with a rock today, and they would do that. So this was the first time I had to actually give direction and plan a script and stuff. So let's just say my direction skills weren't really up to Spielberg level yet. Your left. Alright, my left, sorry.
You realise I'm in a bush, don't you?
That being said though, we did have such a laugh making that film. Even though we were outside in the freezing cold for 6 straight hours. It was really quite fun making that, and I think it turned out alright for my first real go at it. Okay, second film was a film called Forget Me Not. Now, from what I got from feedback wise, people seem to enjoy it and really like the film and blah blah blah. From my perspective, that film was the bane of my life. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. I can't even watch that film, and I can't even watch it because it stresses me out watching it, because even though it's okay, I get stressed out remembering the bullshit that I had to endure for just to get that fucking thing made. Firstly, it was the writing. It was one of those ideas, there wasn't really any dialogue, so it was an idea that I just couldn't seem to, for some reason, get out of my head and onto paper. And it was really difficult, so all we really had to work with was, you know, a scribbled shot list in my imagination. Casting was a nightmare. I needed a second female, there was a second female character. And basically all my friends have beards. And any of the other, you know, female friends that I do have, they wouldn't be willing to do it. It's not, you know what I mean, how do you ask someone, do you mind if I tie you to a chair and gag you and slap you around a bit? You know, so luckily I have the lovely Joan, and Joan is fabulous, and so Joan did it. Like that! Like that! Ready?
Close your eyes.
Right, Joan, think of the worst possible thing. Really freak out.
Think of the worst thing you can think of.
But it's not. However, that being said again, the common denominator is that we do have a laugh. I mean, I try and make it my priority. I mean, to make sure that everybody is happy and fed and having a laugh, even though inside I am dying and stressing out.
The fuck was that, you kinky wee bastard? We're supposed to serious look at each other, no fucking smile like a wee chipmunk. Sitting there like this, Johnny.
That's my first alarm. My favourite bit of that film was actually a scene that's not in it. There was a scene that in my head and on paper I thought that's going to look quite cool and it'll really work, and there's a sequence where basically this, you know, the Bonnie and Clyde type serial killers break into the house. Myself and Will, we break into the house. He's trying to get in the door and I sort of come in the window. I suppose the way it's edited it's pretty seamless. What you can see is you get the idea that I've got in the house. However, there was a shot of the blinds, so you actually see me coming in the window, but you just sort of see the light coming through the blinds in this sort of dark room. And I thought it would look cool, and in theory, on paper, it seemed quite simple. In practice, not so much.
I'm not gonna lie, Julie, you're not really gonna, I don't think you're gonna see that, really.
What the world shit just
Right, second time lucky, he's ready. Right.
The shittest burglar ever! I have been foiled by the blinds!
screen was a film called The Donor, and basically, yeah, I was really proud. Yeah, I was really quite proud of this film, hence the reason there wasn't a third sketch. I had a third sketch ready to go to complete the trilogy, but I was so pleased with how that film turned out that I didn't feel, there was nothing I feel could top it. I was happy from my perspective, making wise, of how it went, that I was happy to just leave it at that. And I think it's just from the first two films, from my perspective, I can see the sort of progress, you know, the sort of how much I've learnt from the first two. And that's a big thing for me, because I'm really overly critical of myself, and so the fact that I was actually looked at something and thought, that's good, I'm quite happy with that, that was a big deal. And so this isn't just a sort of pat on the back, aren't I amazing kind of thing. No, quite the opposite actually. This is more a sort of, I wanted to sort of share a few wee stories and whatnot, and yeah, and actually say thank you. Yeah, that's what this is what this is really about, is to say thank you, because everybody always gives me really good feedback, and I especially appreciate the things where you comment on maybe like the editing or the, you know, the making sort of things of it, because I really do put a lot of effort and passion into these things, so I do care about it. And so when it's noticed, it is greatly appreciated, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for, you know, a lot of you I know that comment regularly, you've watched from the sort of start. So I appreciate your feedback, and I hope you enjoy what I make and will enjoy what I make in the future. I am getting my new camera in that soon, so I will be making a lot more films actually, a lot more short films, because I have a pile of scripts ready to go, and I've had them for a long time, but I haven't wanted to make them because I want to make them as good as I can. And now I feel I've reached a certain competent stage of every little aspect of the filmmaking, I can maybe do those short films some justice. So I can't wait to share them with you. Yes, and thank you again. One thing I haven't learned how to do yet though is I still don't know how not to write myself into uncomfortable situations. I'm either laying in the dirt, what smells like shit in here, or I'm laying in front of a stranger with my legs in the air. Or I'm just simply losing my mind. Anyway, thank you again. I hope you have enjoyed this little, I don't even know if this, what the fuck this kind of type of video is called. Story time with Julie. And my tea's cold. Okay, I will go now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!